Hello, it is 9 p.m. As it is time to English New Edition. For tonight's headlines, we have the Prime Minister inaugurated the new building laboratory in Al Sabih. For the international scene, in Gaza, more than 16 dead. Welcome to our newsroom, continuing the activity organized to mark the launch of the National Solidarity Week, which got off to a flying start in the Al Sabih region. Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed officially inaugurated the regional building laboratory. It's time for more details.
The Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, who took part yesterday alongside President Ismail Margile in the official launch of the National Week of Solidarity, officially inaugurated the regional building laboratory. During this activity, the Prime Minister was accompanied by the Minister of Social Affairs, Ulufa Ismail Abdu, the Minister of Infrastructure and Equipment, Hassan Hmed Ibrahim, regional authorities, as well as parliamentarians from the region, with a view to offering its services to as many people as possible, but also to be able to decentralize its activities. The Central Laboratory for Building and Equipment, headed by the young and dynamic Rahima Ahmed Musa, General Director of LCBE, has been expanded by the opening of the two branches in the north and south of the country to stay as close as possible to its fellow citizens. This is the first of its kind in the interior regions, and it will be implemented in line with the expansion of the city of Al Sabih, which continues to grow. The Central Building and Equipment Laboratory, created in 1989, occupies a prominent place as a multi-purpose institution specializing in geotechnics, construction materials, as well as transport infrastructure. Founded on values of unity, equality, and peace, the LCBE plays an essential role in supporting the sustainable development and growth of the construction sector in the Republic of Djibouti.
Now listen to the Minister of Transport, Hassan Hmed Ibrahim.
Antennes ont été réalisées grâce au financement du ministère de la Solidarité.
These two antennas were made possible thanks to the funding provided by the Ministry of Solidarity under the leadership of Madame Ulufa, the Minister of Social Solidarity, and with the invaluable support of the ADDS. We express our deepest gratitude to this initiative. I would like to personally thank, on behalf of my ministry and the LCP institution, Madame the Minister of Solidarity for her invaluable contribution, which is of an undeniable public interest and remarkably timely and essential. This initiative represents an ambitious effort to ensure quality control, compliance with standards, and the viability and sustainability of our country's infrastructure. This is why the involvement in such projects is crucial for the successful implementation of infrastructure in various areas, whether roads or buildings, serving the region's development.
At the end of the day, the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity, Ulufa Ismail Abdu, gave us an interview in which she reviewed the activities organized as part of the official launch of the National Solidarity Week. The Minister talked about the ceremony itself and the various inaugurations that took place in the town of Al Sabih. The meeting of the Finance, General Economy and Planning Commissions, the Commissions for Finance and General Economy Planning, meet on Sunday, January 12, 2024, to examine two important bills concerning the financial account of the National Agency for the Promotions of Investment. The bill number 148E and 249L. This bill concerns the approval of the INP's financial account for the 2019 and 2022 financial year. The bill number 147E and 249L. This bill concerns the approval of the INP's financial account for fiscal year 2023. This session is chaired by Honorable Sharmaki Musa Arwe. The chairman of the Finance Committee was attended by the Secretary of State in charge of Investments, Safiya Muhammad Ali Gadile. The press release on the 14th Conference of Arab Ministers of Education in Doha. The 14th Conference of the Arab Ministers of Education, organized by the Arab League of Educational, Cultural and Scientific Organization, ALESCO, was held in Doha, Qatar, from January 5 to 7, 2025. The event brought together ministers and senior education officials from Arab countries with the common aim of improving the region's education systems. The main themes addresses were inclusive and education and teacher empowerment, crucial issues in the meetings, the current of the future challenges facing education in the Arab world. Djibouti was represented by a delegation led by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Menfop, Mohamed Abdallah Mahyoub, accompanied by Mohamed Moussa Yabe, Secretary General of the Djibouti National Commissions for UNESCO, and Mr. Hussein Abdullahi Said, Arab Education Inspector. The delegation was warmly welcomed by the Djibouti's Ambassador to Doha, His Excellency Duba Roble. Discussions focused on several key priorities, including the professional development of teachers, seen as a lever for guaranteeing quality education, as well as improving learning. Equity in education was also at the heart of the discussions. Now listen to the magazine Retro to Sport 2024.
In Djibouti, sport is more than just a pastime. It's a driving force, a unifying force, a powerful magnet that draws generations together. Ever since the legendary exploits of Ahmed Saleh, a shooting star on the world athlete scene, this small country in the Horn of Africa has brilliantly demonstrated that greatness is not measured by surface area, but by ambition and tenacity. You could say that Djibouti is David against Goliath, but with a hell of a lot of panache. The year 2024 marked a turning point under the impetus of the Secretary of State for Sport. A veritable sporting renaissance took place. Just imagine, neighborhood fields, once neglected and virtually abandoned, have been transformed. These spaces, silent witnesses to children's dreams, have become brand new jewels, vibrating to the rhythm of the laughter and shouts of joy of young athletes. Access to sport, once unequal, has become fairer and more inclusive, like a gift to an entire generation. But the renovation isn't just aesthetic. The SES has focused on training local associations, providing them with the tools they need to sustainable infrastructure management, a pragmatic approach focused on sustainability and community involvement, a bit like building a house on a soiled foundation. The momentum is not limited to the capital. In Ali Sabeh, the challenge of the South-South brought together athletes from all over the country, a virtual music of talent. In Oboch, the triathlon North tested the endurance and willpower of the participants. Even the camel racers in Khorangar in the Duliton Dekhel, a skillful blend of sport and culture, captivated the crowds. Celebrating Djiboutian identity and revealing unsuspected potential, it was grandiose. At national level, Sports Federation benefited from unprecedented support. Competitions multiplied, offering athletes the opportunity to outdo themselves. And on the international stage, valuable medals at the Olympic Games in Paris and the All-Africa Games in Accra, notably in athletics and karate, dazzling successes, the fruit of relentless training and unfailing institutional support, a true national triumph. The SES has not been idle. A sporting treasure hunt was launched, combining natural activities, beach games, and cultural discovery. A bold initiative, an explosive cocktail that strengthened social cohesion and promoted local tourism. Sport as a vector for national influence, that's Djibouti too. In 2024, sport has become an essential pillar of Djibouti's development strategy. Every renovated field, every competition, every medal tells a story, that of a country that believes in its youth and its future. Driven by visionary initiatives and unbridled passion, Djiboutian sport continues its ascent, a symbol of resilience and ambition. Djibouti runs, swims, fights, and above all, Djibouti triumphs. The President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, has played a key role in sporting renaissance. His personal commitment and unwavering support have given a major boost to the SES initiatives. By placing sport at the heart of national priorities, he showed that the country's development also depended on the development on its youth and the promotion of values such as surpassing oneself, discipline, and solidarity. His visionary leadership has been a catalyst for Djibouti's sporting successes, both nationally and internationally. Thanks to his support, sport has become a genuine tool for social cohesion, national pride, and international influence. Under his leadership, Djibouti continues to strive for excellence, driven by boundless ambition.
At the instigations of the head of state, the National Assembly inaugurated a monumental undertaking, the digitizations of national archives. This project of unprecedented scope not only mobilizes a multi-sectoral team but also benefits from the logistical and technical support of a dedicated teams from the Presidency of the Republic led by the Secretary General of the Government. This process has already reached a decisive stage with the digitizations of the Republic's archives themselves. This first digitizations phase successfully completed has instilled a dynamic of modernizations and preservations among the nation's other institutions. The National Assembly, in keeping pace with this initiative, is part of this move towards more transparent and accessible management of its heritage. This initiative on the part of the Presidency has been particularly significant with the creation of a specialized skills transfer team. This gesture is far from being insignificant. Is intended to as a bridge between the generations, a bridge of knowledge where expertise is passed on, reformulated and developed. In this context, the mission is not only technical but also symbolic. For his part, the directors of the National Assembly's directors of documentations and archives in his speech expressed his gratitude to history and his enthusiasm for the future. He stressed that we are entering a new era for their institutions where the past meets the future, which each digitized page on a tribute to heritage and a promise for future generations. For his part, the ANSI General Director Mustafa Muhammad Ismail noted that this initiative to digitize the National Archives at the instigations of the head of the state represents a crucial turning point. This initiative offers the opportunity to protect and share the collective memories, to make histories accessible to all while preserving it from oblivion. For the international scene, in Gaza, children killed in attack on a school turned refuge in Jabalia. The Civil Defense Agency said that an Israeli airstrike on the school turning shelters killed 8 people today, including 2 children, and wounded 19 others. Agency spokesman Mahmoud Bassal confirmed that 8 people, including 2 children and 2 women, were killed by Israeli shelters at Halwa, a school in the northern Gaza town of Jabalia. The Lebanese Prime Minister meets Syria's de facto leaders in Damascus. Lebanese Prime Minister Mikati and his Syrian counterpart Al-Sharah discussed bilateral issues, including border problems. Lebanese Prime Minister Mikati said that Beirut and Damascus would work together to secure their land borders as well as to demarcate lands and sea borders. USA, 17 dead in California. Wildfires spread in eastwards. At least 16 people are dead and 30 are missing, and more than 12,000 structures have been damaged or destroyed by 6 simultaneous wildfires that spread through Los Angeles County from Tuesday. U.S. President Joe Biden spoke with the locals and national officials about the status of relief operations and was also briefed by his aides on the federal resources sent to the scene. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.